Hi everyone, my name is Diego Murcia and my advocate argument it will be about gun violence. In the United States, the use of weapons is very common because in the American culture, guns are very useful for many activities such as hunting, shooting sports, law enforcement, and obviously security. The US is not the only country with weapons, however, it has the highest firearm ownership worldwide. By the end of this argument, you will support that the US should regulate more strictly the right to bear guns. Guns are a big risk because they can harm you and others. Every day we hear news about problems related with guns, and those who support the use of guns ignore the issue. Gun violence is very common these days. If that were not true, then mass shootings, violent behavior related with guns, and suicide rates wouldn't be so relevant these days. I will cover the next step issues such as identify the problem, who caused it, a solution, and the cost and benefits. Mass shootings, homicide, domestic violence, and suicide and other gun-related issues are happening in adults and even children, and this is a very serious problem that continues to occur. On February 12, 2024, Julia Peterson in the Epidemiology of Mass Shootings in the United States explains that 7 of the 10 deadliest mass shootings in history occurred in 10 years from 2012 to 2022 in the US. Right now, the US has the highest levels of violence and death related with guns, with more than 3,431 mass shootings. The brain is by multiple factors such as mental illness, racism, prejudice, aggressive behavior, and easy access to weapons. Besides, besides those who defend the rights to have weapons are also to blame because these citizens prefer to support gun laws rather than oppose it. They defend the Second Amendment of the US Constitution, and the problem is this amendment is not very regulated as it should be. On July 24, 2024, Catherine Schaffer on the webpage Key Facts About Americans and Guns expressed that a majority of Americans, 61%, say that it's too easy to legally obtain a gun in this country. These people believe that owning a gun increases security rather than decreases it. Looking at this, the best and logical solution is regulating the right to bear guns. I'm talking about having the ability to change the Second Amendment through vote or repeal it. However, I'm not talking about raise it. I'm not talking about eliminating the people's right to protect themselves. Bad and aggressive behavior is necessary. Despite regulation by local, state, and federal laws, US gun laws are not enough to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Regulate gun laws is a necessary step to reduce gun violence. That's the starting point that can generate a change on events that can protect the future of this country and your children. People are hesitant to give up their right to defend themselves because of possible threats. But if it is proven that the number of mentally ill people, murderers, and psychopaths can be reduced, people will be feel safer. We need to focus on them and offer them mental health. According to Peterson on February 12, 2024, 24.2% of the population showed evidence of a mood disorder diagnosis, 6.2% showed an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis, and 24.7% showed evidence of a psychotic disorder diagnosis. The importance of mental assistance is important, and with greater control over that, more regulated carrying of weapons can be achieved. The benefits of the regulation and mental health is very high because can reduce attacks such as homicides, mass shootings, suicide, and reduce the number of possible threats. The problem with trying to regulate gun laws is that many people will take it personally, arguing that the right to defend themselves is being taken away. Another benefit is the US will improve its reputation and public image. This is because the US is used as a reference to demonstrate the risk of having guns. On July 24, 2023, Wolfgang Stroh in the article Gun Ownership and Gun Violence, a comparison of the US and Switzerland, explains that Switzerland has a relatively high suicide rate with firearms, the homicide rate is extremely low, and mass shootings are virtually non-existent. With this, can compare that even with other countries having guns, they are not so bad as the US. Now, after hearing this argument, you should now support that the US once and for all regulate the right to bear guns very strictly. Despite actual regulation, those are not enough and gun violence existed whether you like it or not. The American culture has a huge connection with guns, but as has been proven, these guns cause a lot of trouble. Thank you so much.